Hello, friends. Welcome to AONIM. AONIM, Appreciation of North Indian Music, with your host, Shekhar Bhatt. We have been talking about various rag that belong to Bilawal Thaat for the last few weeks. Last week, we talked about rag Hansadhwani, or also known as Hamsadhwani, that came to north from Carnatic music from the South India. Today, we will talk about a rag that came from the west part of India, sands of Rajasthan. From the wedding songs, from the folklore, from the folk tunes of Rajasthan to not only North India, but it even traveled to the south. The name of the rag is Mand. Can be spelled M-A-N-D or can be spelled M-A-A-N-D. Both ways is fine. So today, let's talk about Raga Maand right after this. Welcome back, friends. Thanks for joining again in the, I believe, 76th episode of AONIM. Today, we will end our discussion on the rag that belong to Bilawal Thaat and move on to the rag of Kalyan Thaat starting next week. Today, as I said earlier, we will talk about rag Mand that comes from the west, from the sands of Rajasthan, the deserts of Rajasthan. This is a very common rag in all the folk tunes of Rajasthan. If you have heard the most popular folk song, Kesariya, Balam, Padharo, Mhare Des, then you have heard rag Mand. That is right. Let's go into the technical details of Raga Maand now. Aroha is all Shuddha Swar, all 7 notes, Sare Gama Padha Ni Padha Sa. So it has a Vakra Swarup. Sare Gama Padha Ni Padha Sa. Avroha is Sani Dhapa Maga Re Ga Sa. Again, a little bit of Vakra Swarup. This is something that classical scholars came up with. They took the folk tunes and created a classical rag. So they had to give a Wadi, they had to give a Samvadi, they had to fix the time. So here are other details. Wadi Swar is Sharaj, Sa. Samvadi Swar is Pancham, Pa. Time of performance is second period of the night, but folk tunes can be performed at any time. Nyas Swar, the resting notes are Sa, Ma, and Pa. These are used in Aro as Nyas Swar, but in Avroh, higher Sa, Dha, Ma, and Ga. From Aroh and Avroh, you can see that the jati of the rag is Sampurna, because it uses all 7 notes. Since this rag belongs to Bilawal Thaat, there are no Komal or Tivra Swar in this rag. But musicians use Vivadi Swar and they can use all 12 notes. Let's look at the typical chalan of this rag. I'll first sing Aroha and Avroha and then little bit of chalan of this rag. Sa re ga ma pa da ni ध सा सा नि ध प म ग रे ग सा. And now a little bit of Rag Vistar. Sa ga ma ma pa pa ma pa ga ma pa da ni 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 da da ma pa ga sa ga ma pa da ni sa ni sa da ma pa ga ga ma pa da ni sa re ga ga ma pa da ni da ni pa da sa re ga sa re ni ni da pa da ni sa pa ni sa re sa ni da pa ma da pa ma re sa sa ga ma pa da ni da ni sa. As you heard in the Chalan, I use some Vivadi swar, which is allowed, but it has to sound beautiful. I don't know, it sounded beautiful to me. I'm not sure if you thought the same way. No matter what, let's move on. Let's keep going and create a brand new song. It's a brand new ghazal by a very young poet who writes something very different. Not the normal way of creating a poetry. So this is a totally different type of ghazal. The thought or the khayal is very new. Poet's name is Mr. Chirag Sharma. I hope you like it. The words are उड़ते हैं गिरते हैं. So उड़ते हैं will be the notes going up. Girte hain will be the notes going down. Aroha, avroha. Udte hain, girte hain, phir se udte hain. Udte hain, girte hain, phir se udte hain. Udne wale, udte udte, udte hain. Unusual poetry. So unusual music in Raga Maand. I hope you like it.
खूब मजे से उड़ते हैं, उड़ते हैं, गिरते हैं, फिर से उड़ते हैं। साबित करना बकरे उड़ते हैं, उड़ते हैं, गिरते हैं, ऐसे उड़ते हैं। परिंदे भूखे प्यासे उड़ते हैं, उड़ते हैं, गिरते हैं, फिर से उड़ते हैं। फिर देखो इस तोते का पिंजरा खोलो, फिर देखो कैसे इस तोते के तोते उड़ते हैं, उड़ते
उड़ते हैं, गिरते हैं, फिर से उड़ते हैं. I hope you like this ghazal. In this ghazal, the particular शेर, इस तोते का पिंजरा खोलो फिर देखो, इस तोते का पिंजरा खोलो फिर देखो, कैसे इस तोते के तोते उड़ते हैं. In high school days, we learned a few muhavras which can be loosely described as idioms or proverbs. Overall, muhavra is a well-organized group of words from which some specific meaning emerges. Sometimes it's sarcastic, sometimes it's funny. So, तोते के तोते उड़ते हैं, तोते के तोते उड़ गए means in simple Mumbaiya language, वाट लग गई. and in US we say screwed up. Well, that was the unusual ghazal by Chirag Sharma, and that brings us to the end of Bilawal That Rag for our series AONIM. There are many more rag that you should explore on your own, that is if you want to. We will move on next week with rag of Kalyan That. Let us, in the meantime, go over the recommended listening list. Here is a song a day list that is based on Raga Maand. Just want to also mention that this list and the links are also available in the description area right under this video. So the very first song that I recommend is from the film Abhimaan, Lata Mangeshkar singing under the pattern of Sachin Dev Burman or S.D. Burman, Ab To Hai Tum Se Har Khushi Apni. So one of the most popular folk song that almost everyone knows in India is Kesariya Balam Padharo Mhare Des. You should listen to various artists as they all present this folk song in their own ways. Lyrics also change. Lyrics also vary. While some use Dadra, a 16-beat cycle, some other artists use 14-beat cycle of Dip Chandi, and some artists even sing in Kahrwa and sometimes in Adha Teen Tal. It is amazing how the poetry fits in all these meters or tal. I have a few good ones that I have listed here. We'll start with Ustad Mehndi Hassan Khan Sahab, followed by a folk version performed by Akram Khan and his group. And the next one is an extraordinary performance by Pandit Vishwamohan Bhatt on guitar, Mangniyar, Anwar Khan vocals, Gazi Khan on kartal, Feroz Khan on Dholak, Ghewar Khan on Kamaicha, and Prithvirah Mishra on Tabla. As I mentioned earlier, please listen to as many variations, as many versions as you can of this particular song. Each version is presented with some unique variation, and I'm sure you will love it. Let us now move on to the informative session on Raga Maand by a popular TV series, Sanskriti, with Raghunandan Panshikar performing various bandishes in Raga Maand. Mukund, Phansalkar, and Nandita Date are the hosts of this particular session. Please listen to it. Very, very informative. Next, I have Raga Maand performed by Ustad Shahid Parvez on sitar. Next, I have a very different kind of performance. I do not understand the words or lyrics, nor do I know what language it is in. Definitely one of the South Indian languages. This is an example of a North Indian rag adopted by South India. A unique representation by Deepu Nair in Raga Maand. Another exclusive performance, a Marathi Abhang in Carnatic or South Indian style in Raga Maand. Abhang is a Marathi language devotional song that is sung for Lord Vithoba, an invocation of God that ends with a spiritual message. Vithoba is considered to be an avatar of Vishnu in the form of Krishna. The original Namdev bhajan that I heard, or the Abhang that I heard, was by Pandit Bhimsen Joshi, but here we have Pandhari Nivasa Abhanga being performed by a very popular and versatile exponent of this form, Miss Aruna Sairam in Carnatic style in Raga Maand. And finally, as a bonus, I have a link for an extraordinary recording by Pandit Ravi Shankar. That is for you in Raga Maand, Mishra Maand. And with this, we will end our discussion on ragas based on Bilawal Thak. Next week, we will start exploring popular ragas that are based on Kalyan Thak. Until then, please keep listening to good music. Please listen to a song a day list that I have provided in the description area. Again, keep listening to good music, promote good music. I'll see you again next week. Until then, take care.